In this video, we're going to be looking at importing our 3D model of our V-block, and we're going to be looking at setting some relationships and setting the components out on a plane to create some sort of scene. So the first thing we're going to do is select the default cube and press delete. We're going to take the default light and we're going to delete that too. And we're going to take the default camera and also delete that. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Import Step File. And I'm going to import our step file here. And there we go. So once the step file's in, you'll notice the scene collection, this similar to the modeling tree within CAD, is appeared up here. Now, if I was to select just one of the components, say the main block, and press G to move this, you're going to notice that it will move separate to all other components. And I can do that for each of the components here because the constraints that we made in CAD no longer exist. So what we want to do is we want to get the computer to remember that all these components are related to each other. Now to do that, we've got to set relationships. We call it a child and parent relationship. So we're going to make these parts children of this main block. This will be the parent, so wherever this block goes, these children will follow. To do that, it's very simple. You'll have your parts up here, and I'm going to select a part like the handle, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, and then drag that over the top of the word block. I'm going to take the word shoe, and drag that over the word block, and the word axle, holding down the Shift key again, over the word block. You'll notice you've got a small symbol here with the number 3 has appeared. That's to say it's got 3 children. And if I expand this out, you can actually see the 3 individual children parts. So if I select the block and press G to move the whole thing, it will all move in relation. Now the handy thing is, you can still select a child, say the handle here, and move that out on its own. But you may well notice it's got a dashed line there, and that's to show that it's a child of another part. Hit escape and it'll jump back to where we want it to be. Okay, we're going to add a ground plane for this to set on. So there's a plane, and if I then press S to scale that, I can scale it by I, or if I just type in a number, I'll say 3 times bigger. We can scale it up, and I'm just going to use my view tool up on the top right, select my cube, or rather my main block, press G, and then press Z to move up and down, and I can get that so that it's visually just in the right position. Now there are ways to get it to snap to the surface, but we're not going to look at that today. I'm just going to get it so it's just about touching. Okay, I've got my block in there, but to make this scene a little bit more interesting, I think I might want to show parts of these maybe lying down on their side over to the side of this main 3D model. So I'm going to select this shoe, this axle, and the handle by holding down the Shift key. I've got those 3 parts selected, and if I press Shift D for duplicate, I can get another copy out just there, and by pressing X I can slide it on the X axis, and then by pressing R I can start to rotate it, and I will rotate it on X axis, and I can just type in -90 and then grab Z, and let's get this so it is lying on the surface too. These will still be children of this main block. So if I was to take this main block, these other parts will keep in relationship to it too. So I'm going to take these 3 and move it slightly closer, and I might well just rotate it just to make the scene look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so I've got my block just here, and 3D model sitting on the plane, and I've got them all related to each other.